Hey guys, my name is Vijay Kumar Waka. I'm working as Senior Solution Consultant in Epicero. So today in this session, let us try to integrate MuleSoft with Salesforce. Okay, so yeah, I have created one Gmail account. Okay, yes. So first of all, you have to create a um, Salesforce developer account. Okay, Salesforce developer account. So you have to click on this link. Yeah, so you have to fill the necessary information and username you can set it as the Gmail or email address you provide here in this section. Okay, yeah. So once you fill in the all the details, okay, and click on sign me up, it takes some time, and also it takes some time to send you a verification email. So you have to click on this verify account email. Okay, and once you are done with that, uh, you'll be getting a link to create the password for your account. Okay, so once you configure the password for the account, you'll be able to log in to the Salesforce. Okay, so as soon as you log in, no, it will be like, I mean, you'll see something like this. For example, I'm going to put my Gmail address, the newly created one. So click on login. So as soon as you log in, remind me later. Yeah. So as soon as you log in, you'll see like this. Okay, so yeah, so I just found some trick. um, yeah, so click on switch to classic view, and from there you can click on the switch to lightning experience. Okay, yeah, so this way you'll be able to see different objects. Okay, yeah, so these are different objects. We will have two categories. One is standard object, the other is custom object. Okay, so if you create any object by yourselves, okay, that means it's a custom object. If Salesforce gives, I mean, whatever the objects we get from Salesforce, those we call it as standard object. Okay, so these accounts, contacts, or maybe leads, all these are like standard objects. Okay, yeah, so this is how you can see these things, different things within Salesforce account. Now you see we can filter based upon some criteria. So all contacts. So these are by default contacts. Okay. Yeah. So which Salesforce has given us in the trial account. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Um, Before we get into the demo, so we need to get the token actually. So go to settings, click on, so by default you'll be able to see this personal information. Click on this link like reset my security token. So you have to click on this. Okay, so once you click this, you'll be getting an email. So already I have done that, but again, so this is my updated token or new token. Okay, so this I have to use within the Mule application when we configure the Salesforce configuration in order to connect to the Salesforce. Okay, yeah, so yes, I have created a simple application. Okay, in this demo, we'll be using um, these things like on new object, on modified object, and on deleted object, and we'll also use create operation. So if I expand all, these are the different operations I'm using. Okay, so on new object, on modified object, on deleted object, and create. Okay, collapse all. So in order to do this, you have to add this Salesforce module to the project. Okay, so this is the project, right? So for that, you have to add. So click on add modules, pick up that Salesforce. Okay, if you don't find in this add modules menu, you have to click on this thing like search in Exchange, and you have to give your um, AnyPoint platform credentials. Okay, and type as Salesforce. Okay, click on enter. So it will, I mean, it will give you the connector. Okay, yeah. So yeah, Salesforce connector, MuleSoft, right? This one, Mule 4. So this is what you have to add to your palette. Okay, so I'm clicking on cancel as I have already added this to my project. Okay, yeah. So now we are done with creating the Salesforce developer account, and also we have seen how to get the access token. Okay, security token. Yeah, how to get the security token from Salesforce to our Gmail, that we have to seen. Okay, that we have seen. Yeah. Now we also have discussed what is standard object and what is custom object. Okay, so before we discuss further, so I'll show you some option like this thing. Like you just click on this thing, click on setup actually. So once you click on this setup, what happens? It will show this window. So click on object manager. Okay, so these are the different objects that we have within this trial account. Okay, so whatever, see, you see here type is standard object, right? So that means all these are standard objects. So whatever we get from Salesforce by default, they are called as standard objects. Okay, so even you can create your custom object. So create, click on custom object. So you can create your own objects as well. Okay, based upon the requirement. Okay, so today, I mean, in this session, we'll be discussing about contact object. So that's why I'm going to the details of the contact object. You see here, this is the singular label contact. I mean, these properties we have to set for each and every object. I mean, like the singular label and the plural label. Okay. So you see here, we could see the plural, this label, right? Contacts. Yeah. So not the singular one. Okay. So yeah, that is what we'll be seeing here in this menu. Okay. In this page. Yeah. So go to fields and relationships. So inside this, whatever this object can hold. For example, if you take a database and table, so okay, so table here it is like an object. Okay, and within this table we'll have different columns, right? So those are nothing but here we will call it as fields. Okay, and there we'll have data types, right? So when you create a table, you have to pass the fields, okay, or the column names, and there itself you have to define the data type as well. The same thing here here also will be applicable. Okay, so this is the actual name, and this is just for, I mean, you see here it was mentioned as label. So that means um, this is used for just a displaying purpose. That's it. Okay, so this is the actual name. Okay, in order to access a particular field within an object within Salesforce, you have to use this field name, not the field label. Okay, that is what you have to remember. And you see here, as we just discussed, we could see different data types. See, this is like text field, this is phone, pick list, date, yeah, checkbox, email, fax, different things, text. Okay, yeah, so this is lookup in the sense it is referring account object. Let's ignore it for now. Okay, so yeah, so this is how you can see uh, more details regarding a particular object within Salesforce. Okay, yeah, now, now let us try to create some entries within this Salesforce contact object. But before that, let us try to configure few things within the Mule application. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll remove this. Okay, yeah, so let me add I mean, maybe if you configure for one of the what do you say, one of the operations. Okay, just click on add. Now you have to enter your username. That is nothing but my Gmail ID. Okay, and password. So password is nothing but the password. I mean the details which you are able to log in to the Salesforce account. You have to add those details, username and password. And the security token, whatever I have got to my Gmail. Okay, so this is the security token I have to copy. and configure it here. Okay, this is optional. Okay, just ignore it for now. So click on test connection. So this should result into success. Okay, yeah. So it is, I mean, the result is success. So click on OK. So now just save this project. So that means as soon as you created one configuration, so whatever we have as a Salesforce operations, they'll automatically take that. Okay. So you see here, let me, for the time being, we have a restriction within Salesforce. Okay. So there is some restriction to, um, I mean, in terms of number of hits you do to the Salesforce, to the Salesforce, we have some restriction actually. So that's why let me try to, I mean, I'll enable these things one by one. Okay. But initially, let me, okay, let us put it as 1 second. By default, you'll see it has 1000 milliseconds. So just to make things, I mean, it is making more sense, right? So for me, for the time being, let's keep it as 1 second. Okay. And I'll do one thing, collapse all. Okay. I'll only enable few of the flows, because if you enable all these things uh, uh, at a time, so what they'll do, they'll keep on polling the Salesforce environment. So let me, so this is the new object, right? So what I'll do, I'll disable these two things, that is deleted object and also create object. Okay, so that they will not simply poll the Salesforce environment for every 1 second, because we have restriction, right? Yeah. So these two are enabled. I mean, these two are by default, they are in the starting mode now, and these two are, we have explicitly stopped. Okay, now let me deploy this locally. Okay, so yeah, so this Salesforce configuration is fine. And what I did, I have created one HTTP listener configuration. Okay, this is like default host and port, and in the, I mean, in this listener configuration, okay, I have added the path as sf create. Okay, so for this, we'll be sending some sample input, so that what it does, it will create an entry within the Salesforce contact object. Okay, yeah. You see here, I mean, if you click on this one, as soon as you enter your credentials, or as soon as you are done with the Salesforce configuration, so automatically whatever you'll be able to see, all those objects, it will show up in the drop down. So as we will be interacting with or dealing with the contact object in this session, so just choose this contact object from this drop down. Okay, for all the things, for on new object, and on modified object, and also for on deleted object, and also for create operation. Okay, so for now, yeah, some issue is there. Let me clear this. Yeah, so for now, um, I have disabled two flows, right? That is this deleted object, and this one create object. Okay, so collapse all. Let me try to run this once again. Okay, yes guys, I didn't do any change, but this time it got deployed successfully. Okay, yeah, so I'm clearing the console. Now let us try to create one simple entry within this contacts object. So click on new. Okay, I'm going little faster because this application will be doing the hits, right? So yeah, so let me click on Mr. Salutation. I have configured it as Mr. And let me type the first name as something like Sachin, and I'll keep it as Tendulkar. Okay, and here I'm going to keep it as something like this. Okay, some random mobile number. Okay, Yeah. So we have entered the mandatory details. This is the only section is mandatory. Everything else is optional. So just let us keep something like this email. I'm going to keep it as sachin@gmail.com, just like that. Okay, so click on save. Okay, so we just have saved it. Okay, so what happened? We have enabled this new object and also this modified object, right? So you could see two things. So let me copy this, go to Notepad. Yeah, so you see the first logger here, just to distinguish, you see here I have kept Salesforce integration flow underscore new object. So that means the first two loggers are from new object operation. Okay, and you see this particular logger is from modified object. So why we got two, though we have created something newly? So it is because, so as soon as you create something, okay, for example, so if you create some file, okay, so you have created one file, right? So if you click on this and check the properties, so we have something like created as well as modified, right? Right? So the same way, when you create something newly in the Salesforce, an entry, so that means you have created something newly and also you have modified. So that is the reason the newly created contact object entry, uh, I mean this Salesforce connector has understood it as a modified object as well. So that is the reason we could see that these two got invoked. So that is the reason why I have what do you say, um, kept these two things in the start mode. Okay, that is the reason actually. So just to show you this thing. Okay, so you see here, if I expand this, uh, I'll do expand all. So what I did here, I'm just printing in the new object flow. Okay, I am printing simply payload, and here you see I'm printing the same thing but in the JSON format. So we'll see the difference between those two. If you see the first logger, it has printed it in the Java format, right? See, this is the key equal to and the value. Okay, so this is kind of some format, and it is in Java format. Okay, yeah, it is in different format. Okay, so whatever I'm hovering here, so this is the first line is, sorry, yeah, the first line is the output or the default outcome from the Salesforce. So what I did in the second logger, no, I have um, set the application type as JSON. Okay, so that is the reason we could see it as a key value pair. So if I remove this, see it is in the key value pair. It's an object and it is like a key value pair information, right? Yeah. So lot many details are null because we have only filled very few information. So email and mobile number and name, first name, last name, you could see somewhere here. Uh, yeah, this is the first name, okay, and this is the last name. So likewise, you'll be able to see the last name somewhere. So let me check for that one as well. Last, okay, maybe somewhere it will be here. Yeah, last name is here. Okay, so salutation. So we have only filled 5 to 6 inform set of details, right? Yeah. So this is the outcome for the on new object within the Salesforce. Okay. So whenever an entry has been created, it has uh, okay, on new object is getting invoked. Okay, and that is what it has given this result, whatever we are seeing here. And also the same thing will be I mean the same thing is the output from modified object as well. Okay, yes, the same thing. You see the phone number is the same. Everything will be the same. Okay, you can even compare these two things by using some what do you say, some text I mean wherever you can find something like you can compare in an online. Okay, so both of them will be the same. Okay, yeah. So we are done with these two. Now let us try to do one thing. So let me disable this. Okay, I have stopped it because now what I'll do some mocking. I'll do a change on this particular contact. So this is the contact which we have created. Okay, this is one of the entries. Okay, only one entry we have created. If you create one more new entry, it will trigger new updated object and also on modified object flows. Okay, so now my intention is to only invoke, I mean, I'll be anyways modifying the object. That is my intention right now. So that is the reason what I have done. I have disabled this so that the number of requests to the Salesforce will be less on and also from this particular flow itself. Okay, so we have a restriction actually, so that's why I'm disabling the other flows. Okay, so now I'll be doing some update to this particular entry. So yeah, so let me click on something like I'll be changing these things. Okay, I'll keep something like this. So click on save. Now you see we have updated this object, right? So as soon as we clicked on save, we got one entry in the console. So you see here, this is nothing but the modified object. So you see the flow name is a modified object right here. Salesforce integration flow modified object. So that is what. So this logger is from that particular flow. Okay. And you could see something like, see, Sachin 1 and Tendulkar 1. And yeah, you click on Sachin 1. Yeah, you could see first name also got modified. So is deleted. So is this a deleted object? No, right? So that's the reason you could see the value for this key is false. Okay. Yeah. So a lot many things are null because we didn't create much, we didn't fill much details for this particular contact. But what we did, we have only configured something like mandated details or few details only. Okay. So as we have done modification to this contact, we got this flow got invoked, right? And it has printed the response from Salesforce within the JSON format. Now let me do one more change on the same contact. So click on edit. Yes, so I'll keep it as something like Kohli. I'll keep it as something like Virat and I'll keep it as something like Kohli. So let me click on save. Now in the console we'll see one more. See, we got something like Virat Kohli. Okay, so this is from Salesforce integration flow modified object. So that means from this thing. Okay, you can check by enabling this thing. Okay, but as this is only modification, only this flow will be invoked or this flow will try to get the response from Salesforce. Okay, here we could see only one response and this is the JSON response object, the response which we got from Salesforce and we have converted it to JSON. Okay, yeah, so we are done with this thing. So let me try to stop this. Okay, now let me try to enable this. We'll try to delete this particular entry, whatever we just have created in Salesforce. Okay, and yeah, we'll observe the things. Here also, I have configured this as application JSON only. Okay, so that we'll see the outcome properly in the JSON format. So I'm clearing the console. Only this particular thing is enabled or started, and the remaining three flows are in the stopped mode. Okay, yes. So let me do collapse all and let me only expand this, not this one, sorry. Yeah, this one, deleted object. So yeah, I have cleared the console. Now let me try to delete this. So go click on contacts. Now you'll be able to see the the contacts. So what you can do some customization here. Okay, that we'll discuss in the, before we end the session. Okay, so let me try to delete this contact. So just click here, click on delete. So are you sure you want to delete this contact? Yes. So as soon as you delete that contact, see, contact Virat Kohli was deleted. You'll see something in the console. Now the just remember the flow name. Okay, Salesforce integration flow underscore deleted object, right? So from there we are getting this logger. I have kept only one logger. So this is what we could see from that logger, deleted object. Okay, you see here the same thing, right? Now you'll see some difference. See, he is deleted is true here. So that means this is deleted in Salesforce. That's why this keys value is true. Okay, and as we know this, the response from Salesforce we are converting it to JSON. So that is the reason we could see the payload in the JSON format, and most of the fields are null because we are not filling much details for the contacts we are creating in Salesforce. Yeah, yeah. So so let us try to create one more, and we'll see that. So I'll create something like Rohit and Rohit Sharma. I'll keep something like, okay. So this is the mobile. Okay. Now, yeah, I think that is fine. I'll keep this as Rohit at the rate of gmail.com. So I'm creating the new contact within Salesforce. But as we have disabled the other things, okay, and only enabled the delete object, this time we will be not able to see any other logger values. Okay, you see here it is like 219 at fourth second this got logged, but now the time is 221 almost. Okay, so there is no log will be created in the console for this because we have disabled the new and the modified object flows. Okay, this way. Yeah, this way. Okay, so collapse all, and let me expand this. Yeah, now we shall um, delete this. Okay, one more time, just delete this. Yeah, now we'll be getting um, see, it is like at 221 27th second. You see here it is like Rohit at the rate of gmail.com, and whatever we have just filled. Okay, Rohit Sharma is the name and Rohit is the initial, I mean, sorry, the first name, and Sharma is the last name, and we have given some phone number, some details as well. Okay, now you see here somewhere he is deleted is true. Okay, so that means this record got deleted in Salesforce. Okay, so I'm clearing this. So we are done with discussing about this delete object as well. So now what we shall do, let me enable this. Okay, start. Okay, and also let us try to create one object. Okay, and let us try to create this in Salesforce by taking it as an input from this HTTP request. Okay, so I have to start this particular flow as well, that is create object. Okay, now what I'll do, yeah, yes, okay, I have the sample payload. Let me, yeah, so this is the simple payload. I'm clearing this. Yeah, it is not yet completed. Okay, that is fine. It will go with its execution fine. So copy paste it here. Okay, I'm clearing the console. Now this application is up and running. We have enabled two flows. One is create object. Okay, started. The other is new object. The other two are in disabled mode. Okay, yeah. So this time when you create something, we'll only see logger from new object, not from the modified object. Okay, please remember that. Now we have to send an input. See, I have used create operation, right? So it is taking records information. So that means records, right? So that means it will accept an array of objects, an array of information. Okay, so that means we have to send this JSON object in the form of array. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I think this is not a complete payload. That's fine. Let us mock it. Um, yeah, I'll keep mobile number as something like 987654321. Okay, salutation is this one. Anyway, we are inserting into or yeah into contact, right? So that is not needed. First name, give it as something like mm, I'll keep simply it as Suresh, and I'll keep here it as Reina. Okay, so yeah, this is the information what we are trying to insert. Let us try to insert multiple things. Okay, let's first try to insert the first one single contact information, and we'll explore I mean trying to insert multiple contacts at a time. Okay, so this particular application is up and running. Yeah, so let me click on send. Okay, let me modify it as reina@gmail.com. Okay, click on send. Yeah, so we got two loggers. I mean on a whole three loggers. Two loggers are from the new object because we are printing the actual response and also converted a payload to JSON, right? But you see here, we could see something like this. So this is nothing but the Salesforce create response. You see here, uh, out of this create operation in the advanced mode, you could see the target value. It as a payload, and we are not capturing it into any variables. So as soon as here I have configured the same way, right? So the payload which we'll be getting out of this create operation is nothing but the response of that create operation. Okay, now let me copy this and we'll go through this quickly. So you see here, this is the response. So how we can judge whether a Salesforce response is succeeded or not? So you see here, successful is true, right? So whenever you get this particular value as true, that means the create operation has been performed successfully. Okay, now if you go to the Salesforce, just click on contacts. Okay, or else click on recently viewed contacts, maybe also all contacts. Somewhere you'll be able to see Suresh Raina. Yeah, this one. Okay, so if I click on this last new this week, we oh god, um, new last week, new this week, recently viewed. Yeah, that's fine. Anyway, we could see this, right? Suresh Raina. So let me click this. You see whatever we have passed, click on edit here. Okay, so whatever we have passed from this postman body, so we are able to see that the same thing. Okay, Suresh and Reina@gmail.com. That is what we have just. You see here, we could even see the created by and the timestamp, and also when it is last modified and the by uh, whom it was modified. Okay, these basic details we could see. Yeah. So let me click on cancel. And anyway, as we have created a new entry within the Salesforce, so it has given this response. Okay. The first response within the 21st line is the original response. From 22nd, whatever we could see here, that is nothing but the converted original response to JSON. Okay. Yeah. So we are done with creating an entry within Salesforce. Now let us try to I'll keep it as Reina 1, Suresh 1. I'll keep it as 2, 1. And also let me try to put one more here, and I'll keep it as something like mm, I'll keep it as something like Ricky Ponting. Okay, so Yeah, I mean we have, I mean this time whatever we are trying to insert, they are like fresh contacts. Okay, whatever the contact we have already inserted and whatever we are trying to insert, it will, there won't be any conflict actually, right? So let me click on, so let me clear the console. Now let me click on send. Let's see what happens. See, this is 200 response. Okay, by default we'll be getting some Java response, right? Something that's what we have just discussed. Okay, so this is the response from Salesforce create. Okay, it is in Java format, so we are not able to read it properly, but you could see the status as 200 and okay. Now in the console, if you check, you see here the response is also came in the array, in the form of array, right? So successful equal to true and successful is true here. So these are the two responses. I mean the objects were separated by comma, right? Yeah, and also yes, we got two new objects, right? So that is the reason we could see one is with Ricky Ponting as the name, the other is with Suresh 1 and Reina 1 as the name. Okay, yeah. So now let us just cross verify if we have received those what do you say, the newly created contacts in this contact object. Okay, so let me click on all contacts. Yeah, Suresh 1, Reina 1 is got created, and also where is the Ricky Ponting? Yeah, this one. Okay, so these two contacts we have created. Maybe this is in some different sorting mode, but if you, I mean, we can sort it, but these two are like created just now. Ricky Ponting and Suresh 1, Reina 1. These two are the contacts which we have just created. Yeah. So by this we have explored all these. I'm just terminating this. Okay. Yeah. So from this session, we have explored all these four operations within Salesforce connector. I hope you understood. I was little quick, okay, but I hope you understood this thing. Yeah. And also let us try to, yeah, for example, I'm going to click on recently viewed contacts. So you can click on this option, not this one. Yeah, I mean, it is disabled, but when you see, okay, one moment, let me try to view one more contact so that in the recently viewed contacts, we'll be having many, and I think we should be able to add a few more fields. So something, let me click on this. So we have viewed three. So click on contacts. Yeah, okay, fine. But I mean, when this is enabled, okay, you have to click on select fields to display. So and then you can choose whatever the fields you would like to display here. Okay, so here you see, if I click on all contacts, let me try here. Yeah, see, select fields to display. So what I'll do, see, phone, email is there, I'll remove this. This way you can do name, account name is not there for the contacts we have created. So name, title is also not there, phone, email, it's not even phone, it is mobile actually. So let me search for mobile. Okay, so this way you can sort this, yeah, mobile I'm adding, and also first name, it will be in the alphabetical order, so I'm adding first name, and also somewhere we'll see the last name. Yeah, last name. Anything else? I think we have added salutation as well, salutation, so I'm adding this one as well. So all these things, right? So click on save. So when you click on save, see, it has sorted with these things, right? So yeah, so we could only see email, mobile, first name, last name, salutation. Yeah, these 5 to 6 fields. Okay, so this is how you can customize the view within the Salesforce, in different objects. Okay, Yeah, so that's it from my end for the for today's session. Yeah, I hope you like it. I'm a bit faster, but that's fine. I hope you like it, and please subscribe in your network. Please share and subscribe. Thank you so much.